So this is going to be a review of some budget pointed round brushes, and the three I've got are what size? Got 6 and 2. We'll start with the 2s. So I've got the cheapest is a Poundland Pepco. Now these come, I think there's 3 or 4 in a set, and they're only, I think they were £1.50 for about 4 or 5 of them. So these are the cheapest. I've got a few of them. These come in a set. They actually look pretty good, to be fair. I'm sure they were only £1.50. How they work though, who knows. So I've got a size 2 and a size 6 in that. I've got this set of major brushes. Now these were in a size, I've got quite a few actually, but the size they come in, they're individual, so that these are about £1 each roughly. They do a set of 5, which is size 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and that was just under £5. So they're quite a bit dearer than the Poundland ones, but they're these are a synthetic sable or imitation sable. But as you can see with the, so if I get a size 6 and a size 6, so the overall length of the brush, not much in it, a little bit short, but see the thickness of the handle, this has got a much more, like what you consider it to be an art brush. So you've got more of a nice grip on it there. This is just plain thin wood. But the length of the head is quite a bit longer. So these are a white synthetic sable, and I need to wet that first because that's not been used yet. Just take the little covering they have on them. These do come in covers, as you can see on these. I've taken a couple of covers off. Obviously these Poundland ones don't come with a cover. So that's the size 6 compared to that, and then the other ones I've got are Arte Masterstroke, which I've been using quite a long time now, maybe for last year, and these are a bit over £1 each, so about 120 to about nearly £2 each. So for 5 would be the most expensive of these budget brushes, but they are all budget brushes. It's amazing really how they can sell, or how they can manufacture brushes for such a cheap price really. So you can see on the handle of these 2, they're quite similar. The brush length is similar, although the actual brush filament there, I mean, to be fair, this is about a year old, so the point has gone off a little bit, whereas obviously this is a brand new one. But the actual handle, if you like, are quite similar. A bit more chunky obviously than the Poundland one, because that's just a bit of a stick really. But so anyway, so for budget brushes, what I thought I'd do is I'll do a little play with each one, and I'll do it on something that I don't paint usually. actually, which is I'm going to try and do a few leaves. Now I don't do any flower painting whatsoever. I always do landscapes or people or cats and dogs and stuff. Flowers has never been my thing. So I thought this paper I'm using is a piece of Rowney Aquafine. This is a smooth one. Now I bought a jumbo pad of this, and that was about £17, and there was 50 sheets. Bear in mind you can paint both sides, or like, you know, all watercolour paper if you're practicing and stuff. So this is all really to do with if you're new at watercolour, you're a beginner, intermediate, and you're looking for stuff that's going to do the job, but you're not going to spend £35 per brush to be practicing like some obviously will. So this is all budget friendly, so you can get yourself a set of brushes for, you know, no more than about £7.50. So these are £1.50, these are about £5, and these are probably £7 roughly. So we're going to see what they're like and how they compare with each other. So I'm going to do it on something which I don't normally paint on, so I'll be as much of a beginner as anybody else. Give them a little wet. I've already spritzed my palette down, so I'm just going to do a few little lines I think first. We've got a 2 in that, a 2 in that, and I need a 2 in that. So right there, so they're all a 2. So what we're looking for in a pointed round. So obviously going to be details are going to be one of the things you're going to be looking for in a pointed round. Fine points. That wants to stay there. So you do fine points, fine lines, maybe things like whiskers you would do, although I do tend to use a rigger brush for whiskers most of the time. All of these 3 brushes say they are suitable for watercolour, acrylics and oil. I'm only going to try this in watercolour. That's all I seem to be painting at the moment. I used to be acrylics, but these days I do watercolour. So I'm going to do a few fine lines with each one first, just a little straight line, maybe a curly line. So let's have a play with these. So I need to mix a bit of colour up. I'm going to use an old brush to mix a bit of colour up. I've got a bit of, you might not be able to see on the camera, there's a bit of kitchen roll here, so I'll just dab it off of there if I want to. I've got my water bottle over it, don't know if that's in shot or not. And I've got an old rag to the side of here, which I'll dab off. So straight lines, we'll use a bit of this. We'll get that down just for a straight line. A few straight lines. What colour is that? That's indigo. Right, so 2. So we'll start off with the Poundland. They call them a Pepco is their range of artist stuff there. Try and get that nice and loose and manageable. So I'm going to give that a mix, get a little one, tap on there, look at the point, looks very fine point. That's they're pretty straight. We'll do a few curves, do a few try and go thin and then maybe a bit thicker. And then we'll do a few throat one. What do I'm not actually doing this here, I'm just doing a few wiggles. That, pleasantly, that was actually quite nice. Put that one aside for a minute. Now this one is the Masters brush. A synthetic sable. Put this one in there. Feels softer. Feels like you can get a lighter touch with that. Yeah, this feels sharper than that one. Now this one is the Pro Art, which is what I've been using for quite a long time now. But this brush is, I say, about a year old, so it might not hold so well. I don't know, we'll try. I felt a bit more wobbly than the Master. So we'll do a long one, and then I'll try to do a finer one on this one. I know it's difficult. I'll carry on with some thin ones. Feels like it's not got a point anymore. It feels a bit of a bigger brush than these two were quite similar. The Master one seemed much more of a fine line. So if I just put in that was Pro Art. This was, did I say Masters? It's major brushes. I think I might have said Master. It's major brushes, and this one was the Poundland or Pepco. So Pepco, major brushes, and Pro Art. So out of that, this was the first one, the major brushes. The second one was probably the Poundland. The Pro Art was last on that. I'm going to try the size 6 brushes now. So these were all, out of these, when you look at the Poundland looks like it's got the pointiest bit from the end, but the brush length is quite short. The major brushes is a lot longer and still very pointed, and the Pro Art has probably got a bit more thickness, I would say, to the belly of it. But I say it is about a year old, so it might have lost a little bit of its pointiness. So anyway, size 6 will do. That's what I think I'll go for a different colour. I'll take that off. So I'll go for, whatever this is. This is Indian red. Now Indian red is one of them colours that looks powerful, but when it goes on the paper, it doesn't seem to go down very powerful at all. Right, so just try a couple of lines on that. Nice and smooth. Shouldn't really have done it that thin. I tried to do it thin, that should have been a medium one. I'll go over it. Medium, thicker, and then I've done it now the wrong way. No, it doesn't matter, does it? Very thin. And still with whatever's left in the paintbrush. Well, I must say that is, considering that brush is the whole set is £1.50. That suited to do everything you wanted to. So, this is the motor brush, is number 6. It's almost criminal putting the paint in such a lovely, beautiful white bristles. Oh, that's got a beautiful white as well. Very nice. Well, this is meant to be the medium one. This one was thicker. And then thin. They go for quite a long time before you run out of paint. Mine nowhere near run out of paint here. So that felt even better than the Poundland one, and it felt like it was putting more paint down on the paper. The lines aren't so straight, but that might well be my action. This is not what I'm used to at all. So that is M for major. And then this one, my usual Pro Art. So the point is not quite there. And again, the brush, I mean, a nice 3 lines. The brushes on the Pro Art seem to be a bit thicker. So this is meant to be medium. Thick. And very thin. So I could, you might not be able to see it on there so much, but the brush thickness and the amount of paint that's going down is more on this Pro Art brush than the others. I think what it might be is the size of the brush is slightly different. So where this size 6 is more like a size, say 7, possibly even an 8 of that. So the size of the actual range So I did, these were a 2, weren't they? So just for the hell of it, I've got a 4 in this Pro Art. I'm going to put the side, I'm going to do the 4, so I'll put here 6. And I'll do a Pro Art number 4 underneath that. So I think it might well be the actual, so the way they're sold. The Pro Art, this number 4 I think is probably more relative to these other 2. If we look at the hairs on them, they look quite similar in the belly part of it. You see the length of the major brushes is much longer than the Poundland one. And what about the D? Even them 2. It's still even a little bit longer than the Pro Art one. I wouldn't have lost that amount of length of hair, I wouldn't have thought, in the time I've used it. So maybe it's just the way they're sold in their numbering systems. So I'm just going to do this in a 4. So medium, thick, and thin. So that's a Pro Art. So I think the 4 is more in relation with the 6s and these other 2 ones. But in what I liked about the fine lines, in particular these ones, this one was the nicest. On these, if I just blank out so I don't know which one's what. This is the nicest one. So that's the best one. This is probably the second best one. And this is the third and 4th. So the major brushes was the neatest one for lines. That gives it, there's no 2 ways about it. This point here is very, very sharp. It's a nice, everything about that's nice. That's so neat, that's neat, that's neat, that's quite neat actually. The Pro Art 2. So out of neat, yeah, so I would go for, on that test anyway, the major brushes, then probably the pound ones, and the Pro Art last. Yeah, Pro Art is what I've been using all the time. And I use these because I watched the YouTube channel Harriet De Winton, and she uses them all the time. So I thought, and she does quite a lot of all sorts of different paintings, but she does do a lot of flowery stuff, which I've never really wanted to paint, but since I watched her, I sort of did. So that was a 4. So I'm going to put that away, don't need that one out. So I'm going to get another bit of paper out, and I'll do, no, just cover the top. This is all dry now anyway, doesn't matter, does it? I was going to try and do a few leaves, which is not what I normally do. So let's clear this off. Can I just go over the top of that with, I suppose I can, can't I? Who's gonna know? They're gonna know. Right, so get a bit of green in. This is a bit of Walker's green, that'll do. Bit of Walker's green. And a bit of chrome oxide as well, at the same time. That doesn't feel whether there's anything going on there. Water maybe? Right, that feels alright. Right, so a couple of leaves. So we're going to go up. And then I'm going to do just a couple of don't even know what I'm doing with this, as you can probably tell. Right, so no idea. I'll just see what one's going to spread out. Well, this is really not my cup of tea at all. I do apologise to the leafing community of the world. I have no clue what I'm doing. Oh, that one looks a bit like a leaf. Dreadful, but anyway, there are a couple of leaves there, but it didn't feel brilliant. It felt better for me coming from this way, coming back, than going this way, going out for some reason. Right, what have we got here? Size 6. So second place on the first bit was this. Oh, that feels much firmer. Feels much firmer than the other one. Right, so a nice little bit of a something like that. So we're going to go this way. Oh, that is horrid. See, I'm not really looking for control. I'm just looking to see which one, just playing about which one feels better. As I say, I don't know how to do these really. So. Oh, I bet there's some giggling going on how bad I am at this. Maybe I should just do one side of a leaf. Can you do one side of a leaf? Can you just go, say, like that maybe? I don't know. As Harriet says, there will be a leaf out there somewhere. Or maybe that wasn't Harriet. I don't know. Maybe that was someone else. There was Harriet. Somewhere in the world there is a leaf like that. Right, so that wasn't bad. I should have really before I did that. This one was Poundland. We'll do a P for Poundland. This one is Art, which leaves this one. It may be size 6 is even too big for what I'm doing. Maybe I should be doing a size 2. Bit more paint again. Bit more water. That is a lovely point, you know. I'm going to do, I think, one up here. So press down, it's not spraying out like it. Oh, that's horrid. Ah, not too bad. Ooh, that one's got a bit in the middle, I think I'll leave that. Sun's obviously shining on that bit. Well, not particularly good, was it? To be fair. Well, now this, I think I'll do the 2, maybe the 2's a better size for this. No, I preferred this brush so far. Maybe a size 2 is a better size for like this area that I'm doing. So, bit of a wobble. Oh, that looks a bit like a leaf, doesn't it? Look at you go, you're a leaf painter all of a sudden. Look at you. Oh. How can you get so happy and excited about painting a leaf? Oh, nice. I don't know whether I should stop painting leaves because I'm starting to enjoy it. It just doesn't feel natural for an old bloke like myself to be enjoying painting a leaf. I've been making flowers. Do you know, I think I might even do that. I did see one of her videos, she'd done this blob thing and then she'd done something around the outside. I might have to go at that. What did she do from memory? She had a bit of, let's get rid of that. Don't know what flower it is, got no idea about any flowers. I know what a rose looks like, but I'm not going to attempt to do it painting a rose. Far too complicated for lights, I think. Got a bit of this pinky stuff. This is permanent rose, and it's Winsor and Newton. I think it's Cotman range, and the Cotman don't have so much pigment in them, whereas that's a Cotman. This is Cad Red Deep. I think this is a Rowney Artists, so that should have a bit more oomph about it. So I'm going to use that within the pink. Now, is that too watery? I think it needs to be quite thick. When on a video sort, she does like a blob. Obviously her blob was a lot better than this. She knows what she's talking about, whereas me, not it. Right, so I'm going to rinse that, dry that off, and then she drags it, and she sort of does a leaf, I think. Cool. Well, I don't think this is going to go well somehow. She poured it out, and then, well, she didn't do what I'm doing here, that's for sure. Well, if you want to learn how to do it properly, you need to go and see Harriet, because she knows what she's doing with things like that. I have no clue about flowers, do I? Wow, that is shocking. That is shocking. I don't think there's enough pigment in that. I'll chuck a bit more in it. I'm only going to do this last one here. Well, that's got to be one of the worst flowers you've ever seen. But it's a flower. So we're going to go with it. Let's try and beef it up a bit. A bit more pigment. Maybe I've got enough pigment. So it's not my fault. Let's chuck one here somewhere. That's better. There's more of a blob there. Now, don't know how much water to add though, that's the thing. Pull it out, and then out, and out. I'm not pressing hard enough, I don't think. I think I need to press a bit harder. Pull it out, pull it out. And then out, this one, out. All you flower lovers, I do apologise. Yeah. I think that's drying on the paper. I'm pretty sure that's drying on the paper. The paper's already dried out because it's only a... Oh, I'm not messing about like more with that. Well, that is like being this big fair. Wonder why I don't draw flowers. Because I don't know what to do with them for one. Right now, what does she do there? She's done a bit of this dotting stuff. That's not dry, so you can't do that yet. She did... I don't know. Let's just chuck a bit more into there. I don't know what she did. I'll nick all of the ideas anyway. Let's just see if you put a bit on each one. Does it spread out? You need to put a bit of dab, 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 dab. The paper's already dry, that's the problem here. It's like damp. I like this little bit, you get this like a little bit of a blooming out there. It's nice. That looks in, we'll ignore that. We'll pretend that one doesn't exist. So this you can do. Now, as bad as I am at flowers, this brush is rather nice. I'll write my name with it. Bit of a signature. Surprisingly, that doesn't look like a signature to you, but to me, that does look like my signature. Maybe a bit more green. Look at that. And well, as flowers go, shocking, but brush wise, I'll try a few dots in a circle. Let's try that in there. And a few dots going around the outside. Oh, I remember what she did. She done these little lines. Wow, look how tiny these lines are. That's as good as any line she was doing. Well, Harriet, if you ever see this or get wind of it, You need to test these out. These are beautiful. I find them points you can get. A bit thicker. Tell you what, that's quite nice here. I'm going to make my own flower. So the trouble, I don't know which way you meant to push the brush. Oh, it's a whole new world, flowers. A whole new world. I'm pretty sure it's a world I'm never going to get into. Let's be fair, not bad at all, that. Can we do a bit of a... Oh, I should have had a bit of... There's a bit of... Yeah. Yellow's not going to show up, are you? Might do it in your eyes. Might just struck a bit of green with a bit of red on it. A little bit of yellow. That's a bit of a murky green. Just do a bit of a nice, little fine lines through there. Right, so these are very, very nice. I like these. Very nice indeed. So, if there was a competition, my winner would be, best budget brush would be, see that even the phone done a drum roll there. These major brushes, what were they called? They was called synthetic sable, black handle in brackets. Very nice, feel nice, nice weight, nice little shape, nice spring, excellent. Hope you enjoyed that. See you on another one soon. Cheers.